From Ed Gein's house, where you can usually find me just finishing up some woodworking projects, some furniture building, and basic arts and crafts types of fun. I'm Kurt Berglund with Payoff Pitch Dream Season Sportspage number 4. That's right, we're already up through everybody's 4th game in the Dream Season. So I'm going to update you in this report on scores, highlights, and standings of the Game 4 part of each team's season. Thank you for joining me and for following along with the Payoff Pitch Dream Season project that I'm doing. 26 teams in the project. 13 in each league. Top 5 make the playoffs. 18-game mini-season with full playoffs. So, with no further delay, I'm going to skip the 60... Oh, no, I'm not going to skip them. 64 Cardinals were at the 69 Cubs. 69 Cubs were winners, 5-3. Line score, 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the 69 Cubs. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the 64 Cardinals. Winning pitcher, Phil Regan in relief. Losing pitcher was Garrett Richardson. I think that's his name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Might have screwed that up. The 8th inning was the big inning for the 69 Cubs. They scored 4 runs to take the lead. Kessinger led off with a single. Beckert singled him to second. Billy Williams doubled them both home, and that tied the game at that point. Ron Santo was intentionally walked. There's still nobody out. And then Ernie Banks singled home Williams with the go-ahead run, sending Santo to third base. Then Randy Hundley drove in the last run of the inning with a single, and then finally Bob Humphreys put out the fire at long last for the Cardinals. So that was the end of Richardson's evening. Humphreys gave up the single to Hundley and then got the last 2 men out. So a come-from-behind victory, home runs, White in the 4th, a solo homer for the Cardinals, none for the Cubs. 84 Cubs were at the 87 Cardinals. That's on my channel. I won't spoil that for you. 83 Braves were at the 77 Dodgers. That's on my channel. I won't spoil that for you. The 83 Phillies were hosting the 69 Mets. That's on my channel. I won't spoil that for you. The 69 Expos were at the 18 Brewers. The Brewers won 14-5. Winning pitcher was Woodruff. He's 1-0. Loser, Renko, 0-1. Home runs, Thames for the Brewers, a solo shot in the first. Yelich, a back-to-back, solo shot in the first, and none for the Expos. 14-5 for the Brewers over the Expos. The 64 Giants were at the 64 Phillies. The Phillies were winners 4-3. Mahaffey was the winner. Gaylord Perry was the loser. Jack Baldwin with his first save. Home runs, Jim Ray Hart with a solo homer for the Giants in the second. None for the Phillies. So the Phillies get off the schneid. Giants are still winless. In Chicago at Wrigley Field, the 79 Cubs hosted the 77 White Sox, and were come-from-behind winners in that one as well. Walk-off winners, actually. Bruce Sutter was the winner. Clay Carroll was the loser. Richie Zisk with a 3-run homer for the White Sox in the first, but they were shut down the rest of the way by Mike Krukow and a couple of relievers. For the Cubs, Kingman hit a 2-run homer in the third, And in the bottom of the ninth, with the score tied at 3, Bill Buckner led off with a single, and Dave Kingman doubled him home with a walk-off winner for the 79 Cubs. They get off the schneid as well, and so, yeah. In Detroit, or as Mike Ditka would say, Detroit, the 87 Tigers were hosting the 69 Tigers, and it was a very tight game, very entertaining game, a lot of fun. Joe Sparma was the winner. Walt Terrell was the loser. Don McMahon, no relation to Vince that I'm aware of, got his first save. It was a 1-0 victory for the 69 Tigers on the strength of an 8th-inning Dick McAuliffe home run off of Terrell. So the 69 Tigers stay in first place as the only undefeated team left in the American League. 77 Yankees were at the 83 Brewers. The 83 Brewers were winners 4-2. Tom Tellman was the winner in relief. He's 1-0. Don Gullett took the loss for the Yankees, 0-1. Pete Ladd, his first save for the Brewers. Home runs in the game: Paul Molitor, a solo homer in the third. Mark Brohard, a 2-run homer in the sixth, and Cecil Cooper with a dong in the eighth, a solo shot for him. Brewers beat the Yankees 4-2. In Milwaukee also, the 69 Senators were at the 87 Brewers. The Brewers were winners 8-0 as Chris Basio threw a complete game shutout for Is There Any Other Kind? For the Brewers. He allowed 4 hits, all of them singles. He really dominated the game. He's the winner, 1-0. Barry Moore, the left-hander for Washington, is the loser. He is 0-1. Homers in the game: Bill Schroeder hit a 2-run homer in the second, a grand slam in the third, and he doubled home another run in the fifth for 7 RBIs on the day. It's been a while since I've had anybody in any sim with 7 RBIs. In Milwaukee again, the 77 Twins were at the 79 Brewers. Back and forth contest, but eventually won by the Twins 9-8. Pete Redfern, the winner. Moose Haas, the loser. And Tom Johnson with his first save. Home runs: Lyman Bostock, a solo shot in the first. Rod Carew, back-to-back, a solo shot in the first. Mike Cubbage, a 3-run dong in the fourth. Larry Heisel, a solo shot in the sixth. Mike Cubbage, a 2-run dong in the sixth for 5 RBIs and 3 hits for Cubbage. So 5 homers on the game for Minnesota. For the Brewers, Bando, a solo homer in the second. Ogilvy, a 2-run shot in the third. Gorman Thomas, a solo homer in the eighth, and Sixto Lizcano with a solo homer in the ninth, but not quite enough, as with 2 men on the tying run in scoring position for the Brewers, with 2 outs in the ninth, Larry Heisel pinch hit and struck out against Johnson, ending that ball game. In Boston, the 64 Yankees took on the 77 Red Sox and came away in 11 innings as the winner. Pete Mickelson, the winner for an inning and 2/3 of relief work, and Jim Willoughby took the loss. Home runs for the Yankees: Roger Maris, a 2-run shot in the first, and for the Red Sox, Carlton Fisk, a solo homer in the eighth. In Chicago at Comiskey Park, the 87 Twins took on the 83 White Sox. The Sox were the winners 5-1. Britt Burns, the winner at 1-0. Joe Niekro took the loss 0-1. There were no home runs in the game. So, with all that said and all those highlights, let's talk about the standings. In the American League, there's 1 undefeated team left. They are all alone in first place. So let's take a look at the standings. These are the American League standings. The Tigers at 4-0. The 69 Tigers are in first place all by their lonesome. Two teams at 3-1 in second place, the 83 White Sox and the 87 Brewers. Then we have a gaggle, a veritable cluster of teams at 2-2 tied for third place. They include the 79 Brewers, the 87 Tigers, the 77 Red Sox, the 64 Yankees, the 83 Brewers, the 87 Twins, and the 77 Twins. And then in fourth place at 1-3, three teams tied: Senators, 69 Senators, 77 Yankees, and the 77 White Sox. Everybody's still in it, but we're starting to get what looks like a pennant race going for the National League. In first place, the 83 Braves and the 2018 Brewers both are undefeated at 4-0. Then, two teams at 3-1, the 69 Mets and the 83 Phillies. They will be on my channel this week, facing off in a series, which they've actually already started. And the Phillies took game one. So much for the spoiler. The 69 Cardinals, the 64 Cardinals, 69 Cubs, 87 Cardinals, and 84 Cubs are all tied at 2-2 and all playing each other. The 79 Cubs, the 69 Expos, and the 64 Phillies are all 1-3, and the 64 Giants and the 77 Dodgers are bringing up the rear at 0-4. That is my report for the Sports Page on this Game 4 wrap-up show. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great night. Let's talk about what's coming up on the channel. Tomorrow, I'm taking a day off. Then, the day after tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, you will get the 1969 Mets at the 1983 Phillies in Game 2 of their series. You can see they are tied at 3-1 right now. And on Thursday, you will get the 64 Yankees at the 77 Red Sox. Friday's game is yet to be determined. Hope you'll join me. Please click like and subscribe. Thanks for keeping up with Payoff Pitch Dream Season Baseball. My name's Kurt Berglund. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great night. So long, everybody.